So in this video, I am going to show you how to call a function using an object-oriented fashion in Java through a demo Java program. And for the sake of simplicity, I will use the same program that I have used to show you the demo of how to use a function in a non-object oriented fashion. So this is the same code that you have that we have used earlier. That is a class function demo, and there is a function called Bob please add, which is returning a result of type double and taking a parameter, an integer parameter and a double parameter over here, and it is basically adding two numbers and return the result over here. And when I am, and well, as you can see in this program, in this function, I have used this static keyword because I want to call it in a non-object oriented fashion. Now here, when calling, I have just created one variable num1 and initialized it to 5, then a double type variable num2 and initialized to 4.5, and then I just call this Bob please add function like this and pass this num1 and num2 and store the result inside a variable called my result from Bob. And then I have printed the result. Similarly, I call the same function once again, but this time instead of using this num1 and num2, I have used 100 and 300.657 and stored the result or the returned result of the function inside a variable called another result from Bob, which I have printed in this line. So that's what we have done in our previous program. The main thing that I am going to discuss is how to convert this non-object oriented pattern into an object oriented way. So in order to do that, let us try to give some good name for the class and function to facilitate the demo for better understanding. So instead of this function demo name, let me give it a name called my friend class, as I have shown you in the previous presentation. So my friend class, I just changed the name, and then let us finish this my friend class right after implementing this Bob please add function. And instead of writing this my static the public static void main inside the same class, let us initialize another class over here. So let's say class, then my class, like this. So right now what I have done is I have created a my friend class where I kept this Bob please add function, and then I have created a my class where I have kept this main function. Okay, so now since this is an object oriented way, this is an illustration for object oriented way, let me get rid of this static keyword from the function. All right, now if I just run this program, let's see what happened. So if I run this program, I got several error, like this method my Bob please add in here. It is not there because this time this Bob please add function is defined inside another class, which is totally different than the current class. So what to do? As I have discussed in my previous presentation slide, you have to create an object first in order to call this function. So how to create an object? You have to use the same class name, that is, I'm just copy pasting my friend class, then an object name. Let us write it as my obj. You can use any name of your choice, then equals, followed by this new keyword, then the class name once again, and again I am copy pasting, followed by a parenthesis like this. So now I just created my object. So my obj is an object of class my friend class. All right, so here it is, or just for the sake of clarity, let's make it like, let's say my friend obj. I just changed the name to for better understanding. So my friend obj is an object of class my friend class. Now if you want to call this function, this Bob please add, which is defined inside this my friend class, you need to use this my friend obj. So how to do that? How to call the function correctly? So let's copy this my friend obj object name and then paste it right before this function call over here. So Control V and then put a dot operator. So the idea is my friend obj, the object name, followed by this dot operator and then followed by the function name and then the parameter list. This is how you have to call a function in an object oriented pattern. The same way what you have to do, you have to call the second Bob please add also in the same fashion. So my friend obj followed by a dot. So let me just copy it and then paste it over here. So right now everything looks fine. I have defined an object and then used that object and the dot operator to call the function. Now let us run this program and let us see what happened, whether it works properly or not. So the code is running here and let us see what happens. So here actually I got an error for class not found exception. So let me see what happened. So here it is a my class not found exception. Well, if you want to do that, possibly you need to write public class my class, and let's see whether it works fine or not. And this time it is running and it gave me the error. Okay, forget it.